mm, mm, mm. Let me take Excel sheet to explain about the versions.
Okay.
Okay, COGNOS, it is having different versions. The earliest version, that is Enterprise 6. Enterprise 6, actually, to be frank, I'm not there in data warehouse when they released the CP6 and people use the CP6. This is very old version. Okay, and then they released EP7, I mean Series 7, COGNOS 7, S7. Okay, like the different names are there for these versions. I mean different names, but the official name given by IBM is Enterprise 7. Okay, and then they released COGNOS Report Net. Here it is having different versions: 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. These are the different versions available in COGNOS Report Net. And here for each version they are having some MR, MR1, MR2, MR3, like that. MR, maintenance release, just bug fixes kind of thing,
Okay.
Okay, just like service packs, the service packs. Each version is having some same MR's concept is there. Okay, and then there is COGNOS 8 here, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, and 8.4 with the FP fix pack. Fix pack 2. This is sorry, fix pack 3. This is latest with COGNOS 8.4. Okay, fix pack. Here they are calling these as service packs. They are calling as MR. Here they are calling it as fix pack. There is no difference. Just bug fixes kind of thing, upgradations kind of thing. And then they released COGNOS 10. No, the latest version is COGNOS 10.1. This is the latest version, but 8.4, this is industry standard. Nowadays also most of the projects are running on this COGNOS 8.4 only. Okay, we can say IBM itself says this COGNOS 10, this is not a major release. This is just upgradation of this COGNOS 8.4, like that. IBM itself says like that. Okay.
So, but I've seen 8.4.1 or 10.1.1. What does that mean?
Come again, please, Linda.
So I've seen 8.4.1, and I've also seen 10.1.1. So what does that extra number mean?
Minor version. Minor version you need not to concentrate there.
Okay.
Okay, major version means this one, 10. This 0.1, this is minor version. Again 0.1, that is minor to minor version.
Okay.
Don't concentrate on that. The impact is, there is no impact with that number. Of course, internally they might change something, but you can't find any difference in the front end, design part.
Okay.
Okay, for me here, I'm going to teach you this COGNOS 10, but for your practice, usually we provide COGNOS 8.4 only, because that is industry standard version so far nowadays also. Of course, nowadays people started migrating into COGNOS 10. In coming future, in couple of months or in coming future, you can find COGNOS 10 usage in the market. Because nowadays it is started, but not that much widely used.
Right.
Okay, and then let us see what are the tools available in COGNOS. Divided into two types: web-based applications and Windows-based applications. First of all, what is web-based and what is Windows-based, Linda?
Web-based is the URL. You use a URL. It's accessed over the internet.
Okay. Yeah, here I am trying to open my Windows Media Player. Okay. Not only Windows Media Player, if you see any player, it may be that may be Real Player or VLC Player, any player, you can find this type of option: File menu, Open URL. Okay, assume specify some URL here. Specify some file path which is there in the remote server, and I am viewing the movie in this Windows Media Player. Then which type of application this one is? Is this web-based or Windows-based?
Windows-based.
Why? The media file that is coming from the web, which is there from the other server.
Not sure I understand.
This is, even though
So,
you are getting the file from the web, this is
right,
Windows based only, not web based.
right.
Okay, why? Because this media player application installed by us in our system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the type of things are called as Windows based applications. Means if you want to achieve some task, you need to install a software in your system, then it is a Windows based application. We install this media player ourselves in our system, so this is a Windows based application.
Right.
Okay, web
Okay.
based applications. Web-based applications, if you want to achieve something in web, by using these web-based applications, no software required in your system, like Gmail. To access Gmail, any software required in your system?
No.
No. To watch YouTube videos, any software required in your system? No. Right? The
Say
type
that
of
again.
things are YouTube videos.
YouTube.
Yeah,
No.
YouTube. Didn't know about
Right.
YouTube?
No, I understand what you're saying. I said no. You're right. It's not something that's loaded onto my system. Correct.
Yeah, nothing, no software required in your system. Everything comes from web only. The type
Right.
of things are called as web-based applications.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
uh, web-based applications. The first one is COGNOS connections. Okay, from here, this is if you want to access any web-based applications of COGNOS. First of all, you need to connect to this COGNOS connections portal.
Mm-hmm.
From here, you can find links for these remaining reporting applications. Query
Right.
Studio, Repo Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, all these are reporting applications only. Okay, all these are reporting applications only. Then you can ask why these many applications for reporting. Okay, yeah, Cognos provided these many applications for reporting, but for this Repo Studio only, this is for the developers. Repo Studio is only the tool for the developers. It
Mm-hmm.
is provisional report authoring application. This Query Studio, Analysis Studio, we can say these two are subsets kind of thing for Repo Studio. I mean, if you know Repo Studio, then nothing is there in Query Studio or Analysis Studio to learn particularly. Okay, Query Studio and Analysis Studio, especially those are for end users, not for developers, not meant for developers. Okay,
Okay.
if a end user, if he wants to do some analysis, his own analysis, then they can use Query Studio, or if they want to, they can go for Analysis Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can ask one
But
more
typically,
question.
most people do Query Studio. Correct.
Of course, that depends.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you can ask one more question. Already our team is there as development team. Then why the end user he wants to create his own report, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, a small report. If the manager, if end users, usually managers, if they want to see some report from the development team, at least a small report, it will take at least 3 to 4 days, minimum 3 to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that the report development is complex. Report development is easy, no doubt in that. But
Mm-hmm.
why it is taking that much of time, 3 to 4 days, or sometimes more than that much time? Why means we need to follow the process, not only in Cognos, any IT it may be, we need to follow the process. First of all, the process is, first of all, user he needs to raise a request to the developers with his requirement. The developers needs to understand it. If we have any, I mean, as a development team, that may be BA or leads or focals kind of thing, if you have any doubts, we need to contact the end user what exactly he is asking. We need to
Mm-hmm.
schedule a meeting with him, and we need to get 100% clarity what he is asking. Then we need to prepare design documents, first of all, documentation, design documents, and needs to submit the documents for review. Once the review done, once the document signed off, then only we need to develop the report in the tool. Once the development done, we need to test the report ourselves. That is called as unit test. If the unit
Right.
test is fast, if we feel our report is getting accurate data, then I mean, if we prove the report is getting data, then we need to send the report for testing. Then testing people will play with it. If any bugs are there, we need to fix them. If no bugs, then only we are going to send that report to the end user, right?
Correct.
We need to follow this much of process. This process is common for total IT life cycle, not only for the COGNOS. To complete this process, it will take at least minimum 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
Sometimes
What
it will take
happens?
months also.
Oh, why is that? Because it could be a large report or a complex report. Why?
No, not like that. Even a simple report itself, it will take months to complete it. Why? Because at the time of initial request, user asks like that, and once we develop and once we send that for UAT, then he might feel this is not the right thing I want to do. I want to do analysis another way, so change this one. Like that, he may raise change requests.
I see.
Like that, it will take at least at least 3 to 4 days. Sometimes it may take months also, based on the not only the why it is taking that much of time means not only with the process, not only with the development, we need to follow the process. Report development as per the initial requests, report development done, tested, everything okay. You send the report to the user, then user saying, yeah, at the time I asked you like this, but no, I want to add a few more columns here, or remove these columns not required for my analysis. Like that, he may ask some CRs, right? Change requests. That is why I am saying it may take, sometimes it may take months also.
Okay.
But
Sure.
But for the end user, the requirement is not that much great requirement. He wants to do analysis on his own. For that, we have Query Studio and Analysis Studio. These two are meant for the end users. They can create their own analysis by using these tools, okay, with limited features. By providing half-day or one-day training, anyone can create their own reports by using Query Studio and Analysis Studio. Okay,
Right.
and about this Event Studio, this is a kind of event monitoring kind of thing. Say for example, each month end, I want to send an appreciation mails to the staff who crossed one lakh revenue, $1 lakh revenue. Then first of all, an agent will be there, and a task. What is the task? That is event. What is the event? Crossing 1 lakh revenue, $1 lakh revenue for staff, and an agent will be there. I need to schedule the agent to monitor this event at every month end. If the event occurs, then it will perform a task, that is sending mail. Okay, for the type of things.
Say that one more time, please.
One more time. Say, for
Event
example,
Studio.
what my requirement is, I want to send appreciation mails automatically at each month end to the staff who crossed the revenue 1 lakh for that month. Then first of all,
send what? What are you sending?
Emails, appreciation mails.
Okay. Email notifications.
Yeah, emails by saying a great job, like that, to the employees.
Okay.
Who crossed a revenue of 1 lakh per month. $100,000. Okay, who crossed for them? I want to send an appreciation emails automatically. For that, what is the event here? Revenue crossed 1 lakh or not, right? And this is the event, and I need to schedule the one more component is there, that is agent. I need to schedule the agent in Event Studio to monitor this event at every month end.
So you're sending out an email notification to certain people that have met some type of quota in revenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that type of things, we have Event Studio here.
Okay.
Got it?
Can you also use Event Studio like for KPIs or
Yeah, that revenue is also one of the KPIs,
performance
right?
indicators?
Yeah, the revenue is also one of the KPIs, right?
exactly.
Yeah, you can do anything. If your KPIs, say for example, my stock market rate, it will be usually $10, $10 my stock rate, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If it is growing top, it is okay. But if it is coming down, I want to get alert mails.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that stock price, that is also an a KPI, right?
Right.
You can do like that also.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, now what I'm saying is all these web-based applications can produce queries automatically. All these web-based applications can produce queries automatically. I mean, all these reporting applications, not web-based applications, all these reporting applications.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Query Studio, Report Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, they can write queries automatically.
What do you mean
But
by that?
here, come again, please, Linda.
What do you mean when you say that they can write queries automatically?
No need to write select statements. As a developer, you need not to write any select statements.
Mm-hmm.
You need not to prepare queries. These tools can produce queries automatically based on the report what you are placing graphically. If you are placing some columns into the report, in the
Uh-huh.
backend, it will prepare the SQL statements automatically.
To a degree, right.
See for example, here in this blank report, just I am placing order year and quantity. By using this graphical tool, simply I am placing here into this report order year and quantity like this. In the
Mm-hmm.
back end, it will prepare the query like select order year, comma sum of
Mm-hmm.
quantity from so and so tables, where group by order year
Mm-hmm.
quantity like that. It will prepare the queries automatically in the background.
Right.
No need to write any select statements.
Right. But you still have to do some type of uh, sometimes expressions you have to write.
Yep, that is we are writing at high level.
Okay. Right.
If you want to write a database, if you want to write a database level in query, you need to know that the database particular syntaxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but here at high level we are writing at COGNOS. COGNOS, it will convert the expression as per the database in background and it will prepare the queries automatically. No need to write any select statements like select star from so on the table, nothing required.
Right. But you may have to do a case statement. You may have to do an if then else statement, that type of stuff.
Yeah, those are common things, right? But we are not preparing the select statement. We are writing the
Right.
expression only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
And here the problem is these tools produce queries automatically, but
Mm-hmm.
without knowing about the database. Is it possible to write SQL? Say, Linda, do you know Oracle sample tables, EMP and DEPT?
No, I've only used SQL. I've not used Oracle.
Okay, good thing. You don't know about Oracle sample tables, employee and department. You don't know.
Right.
Okay, then if I ask you to write a join between those two tables, even though you are very proficient at query writing,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible to prepare a query with you?
No.
In the same way, without knowing about our database, for these
Right.
tools also it is not possible to write query.
Mm-hmm.
Then how these tools are preparing the queries? I am saying these tools prepare queries automatically. Then without knowing about the database, we, as per our discussion, it is not possible to prepare the SQL, right? Then
Framework.
how these? Yeah. For that only I am explaining all this stuff. Okay. For that we have a Windows-based application, that is Framework Manager.
Mm-hmm.
Framework Manager, this is basically a metadata modeling tool. Here into this Framework Manager we need to import the tables whatever required for reporting, and
Mm-hmm.
then we need to apply the giant conditions. I mean business logics overall we can say. Okay, business logics. Is there any predefined calculations, predefined filters, and what is about the security mechanisms,
Mm-hmm.
and everything we need to do in this Framework Manager. And once the modeling done, we need to publish a package from this Framework Manager, and we need to use the published package as source for these reporting applications. From there onwards, by in form of that package, these tools knows about our database. From there onwards, these tools can produce queries automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Got it, or can I explain in another way?
Just say the last part from once you've
Uh,
imported the tables into Framework Manager and you've done all of the calculations, filters, report,
Security mechanisms,
presentation,
joins.
right, the relationships, you then are able to use that catalog, if you will, for lack of a better word, or project to start building reports on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that is use of this Windows-based framework manager.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the modeling what we are doing in this framework manager, these tools produce queries, right?
Yes.
If I did something wrong here, then obviously these reporting applications prepares wrong queries, so we are going to get wrong data. So we
Correct.
can say this framework manager is a heart kind of thing for total Cognos.
Yes. Very
And
important.
yeah, and this transformer, this is a cube creation kind of thing, cube
Mm-hmm.
creation stuff. Any idea about this transformer? Power play transformer.
I haven't used Transformer. I've only heard about it and, used once someone had, put it together, but I've never been down in the trenches to know how to use it. So I'm
Okay, okay.
slightly familiar with it.
Yeah, no problem. About this transformer,
Mm-hmm.
this is a cube creation kind of thing. Here we need to create dimensional modeling, dimensions and facts. Then
Mm-hmm.
the output of this transformer is a cube. If you use cube to create reports, then the query processing will be very fast. Well, because this cube already contains the processed information, and it contains multi-dimensional advantages.
And you're able to drill up and drill down in the
Yeah, yeah,
hierarchy. That
yeah,
part I
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of get.
yeah. That is dimensions.
Okay.
And then you can perform what is a slicing also.
Right.
Okay, and here in our regular projects, first of all we need to work with this framework manager. We need
Mm-hmm.
to do modeling publish package. By using the publish packages only, we are going to work with this repo studio.
Okay.
Okay, that is workflow. But for learning, we are going to start this repo studio at first,
Mm-hmm.
and once we're done with repo studio, then we'll go for this framework manager.
Okay.
Okay, why like that means, as we know, based on this framework manager modeling only, this repo studio prepares queries, right? Not only repo studio, all the studios, but we are going to concentrate more on this repo studio only here.
Mm-hmm.
This repo studio prepares queries based on the model what we did here in this framework manager, right?
Right.
Okay, if I change something in this framework manager, then definitely that will reflect here in this repo studio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you are able to grasp the changes, if I do some change here, what happened here, how it applied here, reflected here, if you want to know, first of all, you need to know how this repo studio behaves while preparing the queries. So, for learning purpose only, we are going to start repo studio and then framework manager. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this repo studio, it will take about 10 to 12 sessions. Framework manager, it will take about again 10 to 12 sessions. Once we're done with this framework manager, then we'll discuss about this COGNOS connections. This is administrative kind of thing. My course is not for the administrators. I mean, this course is not for the administrators.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are in this COGNOS connections topic, we are going to discuss the topics which are useful for developers.
Okay.
Not only useful, we are going to discuss more topics for I mean which are useful for a regular developer, more topics than the required. Okay, and then once we're done with this COGNOS connections, then we will discuss about Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio. All these
Mm-hmm.
things together, it will take below 1 hour only. Well, because you know this repo studio, then nothing. As I told you, query and analysis, those two are subsets kind of thing for repo studio. So nothing is there to learn in those studios particularly once you know the repo studio.
Okay.
That is why it will take below 1 hour, and once we're done with these studios, other studios, then we'll discuss about this transformer. Here
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an overview kind of thing on this transformer. It won't take much time. It will take just one class or two classes only.
Okay.
overview kind of thing on transformer, not in detail.
Mm-hmm.
But here, this Report Studio and Framework Manager, we are going to cover most of the topics provided by IBM.
Okay.
And this is our course agenda. Any questions, Linda?
No. No.
If it is good with you, then from my end, I can say the demo part completed. If you want to ask any questions, please feel free to ask, Linda, please.
Okay. So, like I was saying, I want to do it on my MacBook. The work that we're doing, like I can see you on, I'm using it now. So when I get ready to do COGNOS 10, I don't necessarily want to load it on my hard drive. I want it to be able to load it on my external drive so that I don't use up so much memory. Is that possible? And just use it from my external drive?
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
Oh, okay, cool. I have a DW, Digital Western, one of those external drives.
WD.
Say that again.
WD, Western Digital.
Thank you.
No
problem. Yeah,
not
that's
issue.
the one. So can we do that now and get me all set up, and then on Monday? Okay, so going forward, what happens on Monday? Are we doing Monday through Friday, and you're giving us assignments on the weekend to work through, and if we have any questions, we can raise them on Monday, and then we pick up after we've gone through the questions, and then pick up what Monday's lesson, or how will you be doing this? And then how long is each session?
Yeah, session means per day 1 hour. Okay. And as you are saying, we are going to continue on weekdays only. Weekends, I want to give you some time to practice those scenarios.
Right.
Throughout what we discussed throughout the 5 days. I want to give you the time to practice them on the weekends. So we are not going to continue on weekends. And session means per day 1 hour. Okay. And the timings, at what time you join in this meeting as per your local time?
You have it at 9:30, but 8:30 would be better.
8:30, of course. Is it okay with at 7:30?
7:30?
Yeah, yours time.
7:30 my time, yes.
Okay. If it is 8:30 from Monday onwards, I am going to start Framework Manager. You can join in that. If it is at 7:30, we have a fresh batch for Report Studio. You can join there, or we can continue at this same time also. It is better go for 8:30 batch. That is Framework Manager. I am going to start from Monday.
Okay, so if I do 7. Then you're starting a front scratch for Report Studio.
I mean, that is already 3-4 days elapsed.
That they've already been working.
Yeah, otherwise there is no problem for me, but there is already